Netmark activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
I weep for the departed.
Now let's say the obvious right now. PELA is good. PELA has been an amazing character since the beginning of Honkai Star Rail, but there has to be some clarification right now that PELA, if she was good always, she's way better right now. Mostly because of the meta we have right now with the Nihility characters, but that's what I want to show you right now. So we are trying this team in mock, and the team consists in Joaquin, I hope I'm pronouncing that name correctly, Acheron. We have also Locha for healing, but in 4th place we have PELA. PELA is amazing with this team. You can make a lot of variations with this team, but right now PELA can be an amazing addition with only Acheron right now. Acheron is busted from now on, but PELA makes her way better. Why? Because right now this PELA, with all the traces and all the relics attached to her, she has 54% of reduced defense to all enemies that she hits with her ultimate. Additionally, that she has the most broken debuff. The only other character that has defense, reducing defense of enemies is Black Swan, but she's obviously a limited 5-star character, so PELA is gonna be way more access to everyone. Besides that, she can also regenerate her own energy first, and 2, with her the other attack that is not the basic one, she can also remove a buff from the enemy that it hits. And each time that she removes a buff, I believe it's going to improve her attack. Finally, the other thing that she has going on for her, if she is on a team, she is gonna increase the effect hit rate of all allies, which also works with Yao Q because we want him to have that stat as high as possible. So the main reason for this team that it's really going to work is because Acheron is your main DPS. Yao Q is gonna focusing on buffing Acheron. We can leave that to another video, but Yao Q is the main reason he was created was to be Acheron's main buffer, but PELA offers a lot more. The thing is, this team is also very good because Acheron needs to have 2 Nihility characters on its team to better showcase her abilities. Finally, additionally to all of that, the light count that PELA has, if all the allies have the same type, I believe that is a 10% increase. Now, we are breaking that because Locha is an Nihility character, but along the way, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Nihility character that actually heals. It would be pretty neat. But yeah, this is the main team. PELA is amazing. As we are watching this showcase right now, I really recommend that you build her. It's gonna be an amazing addition to, if you're using this team, the other team that you have with Nihility. Now, let's see her abilities most close. Now, let's go through how PELA is built and which options would you need to have so you can have the best version of her. First of all, PELA, Nihility, more than 3000 HP. Attack and defense. Speed, it's super important, mostly because you want to be the very first one to hit the enemies. Also, on more stats, we have energy regeneration, and it's a recommendation to have the effect hit rate at a pretty high standard. The best light cone for PELA is Resolution Shines as Pearl of Sweat because of the effect. There is a 60% base chance to snare the hit enemy. Snares means decreasing the enemy's defense by 12% forward turn. So, additionally to the 60% of defense that we are going to be inflicting to the enemy, there's 12% additional with the light cone. Now, in traces, you want to focus on the ultimate. Deals ice damage equal to 104 of PELA's attacks to all enemies. 1% base chance to inflict expose on all enemies. Here it is. When exposed, enemy's defense is reduced by 41% for 2 turns. So at a maximum level, which is the next one, it's 42%. So that will mean that you're gonna be inflicting 54% of defense reduction. Alongside this, we have deals 20% more damage to the buff enemies, removes 1 buff from the enemy, and deals 210 of PELA's attack damage to a single enemy. When PELA is on the battlefield, all allies' effect hit rate increases by 10%, which is an amazing option to be running with Q because you want him to have as much effect hit rate as he can, obviously PELA too, and data collecting. PELA will restore 9 points additional energy. This effect can only be triggered 1 time per attack. And finally, using skill to remove buffs increase the damage of the next attack by 20%, which is also another thing that PELA has going for her, which is removing buffs. With this thing right here, removes 1 buff. So, this is the traces. The relics, you want to focus on a little bit of the speed set, and a little bit of the Guard of the Withering Snow to reduce damage taken, and Penacony to increase the energy regeneration rate. Increase damage by 10% for all allies that are the same type as the wearer. We know that this is fulfilled because the entire team is Nihility, so we have that going on for us. And finally, the main reason why the PELA right here is actually pretty good is because we have her at E6. Now, the first Eidolon says, when an enemy is defeated, PELA regenerates 5 energy. Nothing that crazy. Adamant Charge. Uses skill to remove buff, increases speed by 10%. Pretty good. 4. When skill is used, there is a 100% chance, base chance to reduce the target's enemy ice rest by 12% for 1 turn. This can also work pretty good with the with Run May, which also deals I believe reduces the penetration of the enemy. Feeble Pursuit, which is the big one. When PELA attacks a debuff enemy, she deals additional ice damage equal to 40% of PELA's attack to the enemy. It's more attack. It's a pretty big buff from there, and you don't really need to another unit for her. All her kit builds pretty good. It's very well rounded. So PELA is an amazing character. It's gonna shine pretty good with a team that is focused only on Nihility characters. It's amazing with Acheron. You can maybe see a combination of Acheron, Black Swan. No. It could be PELA. You could use her with maybe, I don't know, what's the other character that also Nihility? Winnafen. You can also pair her with Sample, probably. And the 4 characters, you want it to be a healer or a tank, someone that could take the hits for you, because PELA is not really gonna have a good time there. But yeah guys, PELA is pretty amazing. You really shouldn't ignore her. Build her now, especially now that Nihility is receiving pretty amazing buffs. Acheron didn't really have a buff focusing on her. With Q, that's already fulfilled. And if you add PELA to that team, that's 2 Nihility characters, 3 Nihility characters in a team, and you get the most out of Acheron. If you have other Nihility characters, you can absolutely pair her up. It also works with Kafka, because dot damage doesn't get buffed with increase with damage crit rate, rate and crit damage options. It mostly focuses on also PELA breaking the defense of the enemy. But guys, that will be all for today. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you did enjoy the video, consider subscribing to the channel. You help me create more amazing content and better perfect my, I hope so, not that much broken English. My name is Jules. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.